One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I don't know.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike, the hat price is right, Crawford. What's your name? Crawford. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, my guy? How you doing this week, man?
I'm doing okay. Mike realized the hat that he bought for the wrong team, that's not even his favorite team. He bought it because of the color. Then he also just put it on for the first time, realized he never took the price tag sticker off of it. He's just a hot mess with this hat.
You know what ends up being the case? It ends up being a perfect hat because all my fucking teams suck right now. So I need to wear somebody else's
So you wear a
team.
a hat of a worse team, the Chicago White Sox, in a red. You're a hot mess. Hot mess leading into being 39.
I don't think they were worse than the Red Sox. What?
I said you're a hot mess going into 39. You were complaining right before we started about getting old and being 39. I said you're not even halfway done with your life, and you're like, huh? Like that didn't. I know back in the day it didn't contemplate to that. Like if we hit 40, we were like, that would be sweet. But now that's different. So
40. Growing up, 40 was
sweet. That was like the way that we grew up. We were thinking like in caveman mentality, like. You know, that was the span of life was the same as caveman years. So 40 was a good thing. But now, but now you honestly, I said halfway and you scoffed at me like I was out of control with that.
And then I did my research and I told you were right, man, because I didn't know life expectancy was so long.
Okay, so how long?
Place where people don't really
you literally
see 80, bro.
Looked it up just right now?
Yeah.
All right. So what's your conclusion, Dr. No?
It's no conclusion. It's the fact. The life expectancy is for males 79.9 years old. And it's been reduced within, 2 years straight. So motherfuckers, stop killing people before they 80. That's
true.
All right.
Also, I bet you it's
like
based
natural
off
causes death, you can probably make it to 80 with all the modern medicine, technology. Like it's got to be some serious shit for the doctors not be able to help you with all the shit we got now. So just stop killing each other dumbly. And like you can possibly see 80. Like that's a long time. That's a nice life, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to go much more than that. But I'll
go forever, but if I can happily see 80.
Why? We have this conversation
I enjoy
quarterly.
Life. I love life.
Why?
I love the opportunity of life to live. What are you talking about? Why?
I don't know. I mean, you're pretty enthusiastic for some. I'm just kind of like, yeah. I mean, life's cool. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not something I chose, and had you given me the choice, I still don't know. That's where I'm at with life.
Yo, I don't even like.
I don't want to exit early, but I don't know that I would have decided to walk through the door.
You don't know if you would have chosen.
Yeah.
You know all you know about your life, and you can say that out loud.
Yeah, it's honest, but I'm still me. Like, my life is fantastic, but I'm still me, and my brain is still my brain. I can't change that.
I mean, I feel you, but you have two beautiful kids that I think are worth walking through those doors, kid.
Yeah, I know. I know. But it's the butterfly effect. Like, if I never walked through those doors, then any of the awful shit that I put on them would have never happened anyway. So then it's like, none of the bad would be with the good either.
They love you, kid. They don't see it as awful shit.
Yeah. Lollipops and gumballs.
We all fuck up, but your kids love you.
I know, it's all good on that. I'm just saying, like, here. Back to last week, we were talking about some shit, and you just shoved me to the side because of science. You didn't believe in science, but you just looked up life expectancy. Who do you think came up with that? A zookeeper?
Brittany, are you really asking me that?
Yeah. You have to rely on science for that. You know that, right?
Science thing.
Oh, what is it then? A census? People just walking around to morgues and going like, how many? It's like the Monty Python. Bro, give us your dead. How old was that one?
You are 40 now. You are not 17.
I'm
The
38,
technology that
you
we
old
have,
bastard.
the technology we have now is not what you had when you were in the 5th grade. You think somebody's got to walk to a morgue to get the number and age of it? You can literally Google all the people that died yesterday and have the age of them literally within 40 minutes if you wanted to. Like, you ain't got to go walk nowhere. Like, these people are basing this off of the numbers. People are
Who's
dying.
taking the numbers down? Who do you entrust with these
That's
things?
someone's job.
But you also have to life expectancy, Mike. It's expectancy. It's a hypothesis. It's a projection. It is manufactured opinion based on current information. That's what it is. It's life expectancy. It's not the current life, like where everybody currently is. It's expectancy. It's based on all the factors, including the modern age in which people die.
Exactly. That's what it's based on.
Also factoring in diseases and all these new medicines that we have and how people are treating themselves. All these things go into the scientific reasoning behind this logic. And therefore, I bet you if you click on that article, it'll say something about some college kids at Stanford wrote this article. It's always some college kids at a thing that their professor takes credit for. Always.
Or it's just based on the fact that people are dying with the numbers.
Or it's just the post office wrote some numbers down. You're right. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
It's pretty easy to just average out numbers. I think that's a lot easier than just.
I know, but the whole point is expectancy. Shit. That means we don't know yet. That's where the scientists come in.
Dead. You see?
Yes, and that's a part of the equation, but it's not the entire thing.
Cool. I'm gonna read the article after the show, but I believe it's based on.
Okay, are you gonna send me a retraction? I'm sorry.
I'll retract it next week.
You never
do this every week.
You never do.
I'll retract next week.
And you never retract anything, even though you're always wrong.
I'm never wrong.
I'm sorry. You're 90% wrong when it comes to these fact-checking factoids. And you've once to come on here and be like, oh, by the way, last week, here's the correct information. Even if I'm the asshole, make me eat the dick burger. I don't care.
That's
you rarely do that.
That's not true. And
you only do it with Love Is Blind.
Wrong, I will admit it, but I ain't wrong.
Okay, send me the article and I'll do the research. Like scientists. I'll do the Bill Nye the Home Science Guy kit. Oh. Do you like tamales?
Tamales? No. It has cheese in it.
Not what? No, they don't all have cheese in them. Some tamales have. Some tamales are dessert. They have like pineapple and shit on them.
I don't know. I've been introduced. My introduction to tamales with cheese in it because somebody fucking brought me one.
Oh.
They had cheese in it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, so good, so good. So I was driving as I do.
Are you even that big of a fan of Mexican?
What, people?
Food.
Oh, yeah. I love Mexican
for
food.
A while, like maybe tacos, but outside of tacos,
I love Mexican food. No, tamales is one of my favorites. I used to work with a couple of guys, pair of brothers, who were there. I was really close with them at the time, and they live with their grandma, and their grandma knew that I was, keeping them out of trouble enough. We were kind of like this. We took care of each other, and I was the one that kept them out of trouble. And so every Christmas, she would give me, anybody that knows a Mexican family, like tamales around Christmas is a thing. And she used to make so many tamales. She would make masa in the bathtub. She would make all of it and make the mixture for the tamales in the bathtub. And like nobody used that. She put like a tarp in there so you could make it. But she would it would be buckets, like these 5-gallon buckets of water and mixing it with their hands and stuff. She would make so many. They were so good. So I have this found love for homemade tamales. Love them, love them, love them. It's one of my favorite like street foods to get. So I was driving and I'm getting off the freeway and I see, they have like some fruit stands and stuff in California a lot. So I see this lady holding the sign. And I'm like, ooh, tamales, nice. She's got a little cooler next to her. I'm like, sweet. So I bust out my little $5 bill and I'm like, I'll get 2 tamales, and then she can have $1 for change. They're usually $2 a piece. So as I get closer I realize that this lady's sign doesn't say tamales at all. It says homeless. Ugh. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
Can you explain to the people how you made tamales out of homeless and how hungry
Because
were you at the time?
I wasn't high at all, but her fingers were
hungry.
Oh,
I didn't say
hungry?
high. How hungry were you at the time?
I don't know. I was pretty hungry, I guess, but I'm always hungry for tamales. It's one of those things. Like if I see like tamales, I'm gonna stop. But
I want to hear the rest of this.
Her
story,
fingers. That's the story. That's the story. Her fingers were covering the first couple letters and the last couple letters, so I only saw the middle part, which there's an M in the middle, and
there's no T in homeless. Like
I was also. I don't have eagle eyes, Mike. I was like 6 cars back.
Clearly, you saw a sign.
But I saw a cooler, and there was an older Mexican lady, and I racially profiled, and I was like, "This lady's got some killer tamales." And so I took out my 5, and I was gonna be all like happy, people helping people.
So, the question that everybody wants to know, I'm sure, is. Did you still give her the 5?
What are you talking about? Do you pay Amazon for packages that are undelivered? I holstered that Abraham and took off. I went to Del Taco, man. Now I'm hungry.
Brendan, you should have still given her the 5, bro.
For what?
As homeless, you were going to give her the 5 anyway. You might as well just took it as a sign that she was supposed to have that $5 and let her have the 5.
Her sign said homeless. I don't know what that means. I thought it said tamales. It said homeless. Maybe she's French. Maybe that means outside. I don't know. All I know is she's got a cooler full of something. She'll be fine. Maybe there's tamales not for sale.
Yo, she could have had your $5. You should have broke her off with that.
Why? Do you know what that's like? Like, it's one of those things where
it could have been your generous move of the day.
I give money to people all the time. It's kind of a problem.
But for some reason, this sign, like, it spoke to you. So
yeah,
in those moments,
it said you should use this $5 to eat, kind of like this lady wants. But you have the means. Why is it my problem that she doesn't afford Del Taco?
I'm just talking about more so like a sign.
She probably had $5 bills stuffed in the cooler, man. She's probably rolling deeper than I am.
Yo, I had a situation like that, trying to buy some homeless dude some food. I was going to the one store. He didn't want the store I was buying food from, so he was like, "Yo, can you got me something from here?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you, bro."
I know. Once you're pot committed, it's kind of like, whatever, dude.
Once I offered
fine.
To buy some food,
I'm not gonna let you undo my good deed, you piece of shit.
I come out the store and my man is already getting food bought to him by somebody else. So he's inside. This is a Domino's, so he's inside the Domino's. So I walk in the Domino's and I'm like, "Oh, she got you. That's cool." My man's like, "Nah." Hold up. Let me get that extra pizza for later, bro. She looks up at me. I look at her. I'm like, I guess he technically ain't being greedy. I mean, he is going to need something to eat later. But, yeah, we're not buying you 2 pieces, bro. You're not going, you don't have a way to reheat that, bro. You good for now. If I slide back past later and I see you again, I got you.
Yeah, I usually I'll keep all my water bottles in the front seat of my car, and then anytime anybody's like around, I'll be like, here you go. You can have these. Or like if I'm coming out of the store, like I'll buy people like flowers or a card or something like that, sometimes with a little gift card in it for like Mickey D's or something like that, but I don't know. Or I'll just give people cash sometimes if they're just out about it, or they are funny or entertaining. I'm like, here you go, man. Here you go, lady.
It's just got to be the moment for me at this time, because I told you about the story when I tried the one time buy somebody something to eat and they turned me down like they wanted my cash.
Yeah.
Food. Like, so at that point, it kind of turned me off with the whole.
That's why I
Yeah,
usually do
like,
it in gift form, where it's like,
so if it's not a
here you go.
situation where a place I ride past on a regular and see the same person there all the time, then in those situations I'll still give you because I know you're out here all the time. Like
This is just your spot. Here you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if it's not those, like I ain't randomly just giving no new dude. Sorry.
I will sometimes.
The
It's
other
just
guy messed it up
if
for
the
you.
mood strikes me. If the mood
The
strikes
other
me.
guy in DC messed it up for you. Sorry.
Oh, way to go. One guy. You ruined all of DC. It was that guy's fault. Jeez.
It is.
Now,
Absolutely his fault.
Yep.
Bro.
The entire city is trash because of that piece of garbage.
Not really the entire city, just all the homeless guys when they come to get money from me.
That's fine. Will you eat like off food off the side of the road? Like
What?
Well, it's a lot more different in California, I guess, because we have those little like.
Oh, you talking about like food trucks?
Like, well, we have like those Mexican fruit carts where you could get like a bag of fruit or
that's
like
that's like the
tejuino.
New York food carts where like you get the hot dogs and shit. I'm not eating that. That's
Hot dogs.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. In New York, I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably do. I mean, I eat disgusting shit all the time. But like food
Oh,
trucks,
no,
do you eat off food trucks?
Street meat, but I'll eat off food trucks. Yeah.
Okay. What about like tacos?
Oh, a food truck?
Yeah. What about bacon wrap hot dogs from Chinese lady outside of a sporting event?
Nope.
No?
No way. No.
Man, those are so
That's
good.
nothing but a toilet. That is nothing but like screaming bubble guts. Like that is screaming BGs. Hopefully it's after the concert that you're going to and not during, buddy. Unless you're in the suite.
No,
I mean,
that's
you
an
can
on the
comfortably.
way out, like you're already hammered situation. That's just, it's already going to be a blow up night. So you might as well grease it up and have a ball. That's not, no. Nobody gets that on the way in. That's a psychopath move. I don't even think they show up until halftime. When people are getting kicked out, they don't show up until people start getting kicked out of the event. They're like, "Oh, come here, you drunk slob. Come here, $5. $5.
It's bacon wrap hot dog, but I eat bacon wrap hot dogs. I'm just not eating it from a Chinese lady handing it out in foil.
Why?
What?
What's the difference?
I cook mine. I don't know what the.
No, you don't cook your bacon wrap hot dogs. No, you don't.
I do so. What do you mean?
You do it? You cook your own bacon wrap hot dogs?
Yeah, I know how to grill, bro. Like a bacon wrap hot dog is like a grill move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can make a hot dog and wrap it in bacon. Like, but like that doesn't require me to mix anything.
I know, but still, I thought that was a reach.
Grabbing a slab of bacon, wrap it around to the Nathan.
Listen,
preferably.
A hot dog you basically got to warm up. Bacon you got to cook. So I was a little bit nervous for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, no, I can roll it around on the grill, buddy. Don't worry, I can make that happen.
How long does it take you to make a bacon wrap hot dog on the grill?
I don't know. It takes a little while because bacon needs
Tell
to
me.
cook.
Tell me.
I don't remember, bro. Like,
does it take like 45 minutes?
I don't know. This
yes,
summer
it does.
I'll cook one. I'll cook one on record this summer. Make a video for you.
Do you know it's already like 80 degrees here, and then it was just like 45?
You just had to say that. You just had to rub
I really did. It was 45 a week ago.
16 more weeks of winter or some shit I saw the other day.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Well, speaking of, I just didn't know if you ate that kind of stuff.
I don't eat hot dogs regularly, but I'll eat a bacon wrap hot dog.
Well, just because your restaurant situation where everything's got to be deep fried in hot water before you'll touch it. I didn't know if you ate stuff off the side of the road.
Well, the food trucks I go to are like they give you meals and shit. So yeah, fuck with food trucks.
Oh, I used to eat seafood off of these Mexican food trucks down in Compton. They're so good, so good. But I also have a stomach of steel. Did you know that, Mike?
I'm gonna assume that the crap you eat, bro.
I do eat a lot of garbage, man. A lot of garbage, dude. I went on the. Speaking of which, I went on a little retreat just to kind of get refocused over the weekend.
And how much garbage did you eat there?
I bought like 10 bags of chips because I was just like, a buddy was gonna come and meet me up there, and I'm like, I don't know what kind of chips he likes, and it's good to just have chips around. You know, I knew I was gonna be getting high, so I'm just like, I'll be smoking weed and snacking on chips. I don't know. Just I got a case of water, a bunch of things of chips.
Oh, you can't be saying you've been smoking weed at the retreat. That was probably a non-smoking place. Now they're gonna charge a credit card, dude. They watch this show.
Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to smoke on the patio that was there, just not inside. Okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
I grilled a tri-tip. It was nice, but I did get like 10 bags of chips. And
I can vouch that had his tri-tip. He does a pretty good job with the tri-tip. Shout out to Brendan.
Yeah, it was nice, but I did eat like probably 7 bags of chips in total. Surprisingly, my favorite, the chicharrones with a little hot sauce on them. It's so good.
I need to put hot sauce on them. That's so bad for you. That's just like that's horrible for your gut. Like your gut is telling you, "Fuck you, Brendan."
I knew it was going to for the whole weekend, so I was just like, whatever. I embraced it. I embraced it all. It didn't really matter.
You want to eat chicharrones and put fucking hot sauce? Fuck you.
I'm trying to embrace the hate. That's what my buddy.
For your gut.
Whatever. I used to have a carabiner that I would keep on my belt that had sriracha hot sauce in it, so I could have hot sauce with me at all times when I was in the construction industry.
Got hot sauce in your bag?
Straight savage. I used to have hot sauce in a bunch of different kinds in the center console of my truck and one fork, so I could have a fork. I
didn't even start eating hot sauce till I was like 32.
Yeah, but you also were kind of a wiener when it comes to your tummy, so I could see why you would avoid hot sauce. Like, that makes complete sense. If milk is going to make you have hot fire out your butthole, what is hot sauce going to do? I could see why you would avoid that.
Well, milk is just doesn't agree with my tummy.
Yeah, so why would you... So something as soft as milk, why would you think something as abrasive and acidic as hot sauce would go better for you? I'm on your side here, Mike. I'm agreeing with you.
Because one is an allergy and the other is just hot sauce.
So then you were just a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you could have just said that.
Yeah, but I got over it. And now, shout out to Texas Pete. Won't eat certain shit without it.
TP. You won't eat without TP. Got it.
Hopefully I won't poop without it either.
You're a wet wipe guy, so it doesn't matter.
Yo, let's clarify this. I'm not a just wet wipe guy. Like, and if you're a grown man and you use wet wipes and you don't clean up with the dry and you're walking around with a wet tush, you're a weirdo. I'm just gonna tell you, like, that's weird.
Honestly, that's you're ready for rash time. If you're just like, I don't know why we have to. If anybody needs this, wipe your ass properly. That's just weird. I don't know why we have to. I was having
this conversation with one of my homies.
PSA this. With a home girl?
With my homies.
Oh, homie.
One of my homies, and we were talking about this shit on the phone. Well, it was actually multiple homies. We was talking this shit, and when the idea of wet wipes, and he was like, "Oh, so you do wet wipes? So that means you don't got no dry toilet paper." I'm like, that makes the absolute no sense. If I use wet wipes, I absolutely have to have dry toilet paper. You need dry toilet paper. You cannot be using wet wipes and don't clean up with the dry afterwards. You're gonna have a wet butt. Like, the wipes are really wet.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my rant for the day. Sorry.
It's science, Mike. The thing you hate the most.
You know it.
You know what I don't like? I was on this little comedy retreat thing, and the guy I was with was telling me, he's like, you need to embrace the hate, use the hate. And it's so funny because I'm like, I've been told on multiple occasions, just I think mainly because of the way I look. Like, I go up there and I've like start talking some heinous stuff, and people are like, I'd prefer if you just like didn't speak like that. Like, if you were just nicer, because I don't like when you say things that are mean to other people. I'm like, oh God. Like, everybody's trying to put me in a box already, and I hate it so much. It makes me want to explode the box. So I'm trying to embrace the hate and just be like, listen, everybody, You're just going to have to listen to what I have to say. And the more you don't want to hear it, the more I'm going to lean into it.
There you go, man. Be yourself always.
It's weird, though. It's like, it was kind of nice to talk to somebody about it because it does feel like this, like, quest almost, this comedy thing, this journey. Because it's, you do it so much alone. You're around other people all the time, but you're so much alone. You can never really, like, who do you believe? If somebody's saying, like, everybody has a generic, like, something they throw out. So it's really tough to kind of gauge where you're at and how you're feeling and stuff. So it was kind of interesting just have somebody else be like, yeah, I have no idea where I'm at in this crazy world of this, but I know I'm doing the right thing. And it's like, yep. Okay, me too. Let's keep trudging forward, I guess.
Nah, you right about that, man.
Where do you unwind your mind? Because I went to a cabin in the woods. Very white
I
of
usually
me.
go down by the water in the old town if I need some peace of mind. Unwind. Or I just sit in my basement and smoke weed, bro.
The staycation type of a getaway. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
but if I need to be out and just clear my mind, I go down by the water.
You go to the beach.
Just, not to the beach. I don't have a beach. It's just a body of water.
When was the last time you went to the beach, though? Like, it's
don't
been
know.
within the last year
Last
you've
time
driven
I've been
to
to California.
No, you've driven out to a beach. What's a
I
beach
haven't.
that you would drive to?
I mean, there's plenty. You can drive to Virginia Beach. You can drive
Okay,
to
well
Ocean
then you're
City.
talking at me like I'm crazy. I know that you've been to the beach
No,
within the
I
last
know.
year.
When the fuck did I go to the beach, bro?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Within the last
I
year.
saved that for my California life. Because you have the real beaches. To hell with you. What if I was at the beach and one of those wells washed up that's just washing up all over the place?
What do you want, like a side-by-side photo with it? Were you afraid
Fuck no,
you'd get...
I would run so far and so fast away from that shit.
Okay. Would you be able to run so far and so fast from a whale? That thing is humongous. If you were like right where it was gonna land,
shore, bro, they're washing up on shore. He can't do shit once he washes up. He's dead.
Then why are you running away from a beached whale? What are you afraid of?
I don't want to be near something that's 20 feet long. They just feel scary. Fuck, I don't want to be. It might roll on me. I don't know.
It's a lot bigger than 20 feet, Mike. It's like 20 feet tall.
Well, the one, I mean, they found a couple in the last like couple months. They've been like 20 feet, 20, you know what I'm saying, like 28 feet. You know what I'm saying, like one washed up in Maryland, a couple in somewhere in places in California. Like that shit is crazy. Like they're just dead wells washing up on shore.
Yeah.
One was an okra that's not supposed to be on this side of the world. Like it's wild shit going on in this world, man. Or somebody needs some gas flubber. So
gas flubber? Where are you taking us right now?
They use well flubber to make gas and shit out here. Like that's part of that shit, bro.
Blubber?
Or whatever the fuck is in the well. I guess it's blubber. I don't know what's in a fucking well. I'm not no scientist and I don't like science. So don't get me to lie.
I think we've proven that you don't like science.
There you go.
My 4-year-old wants a lizard.
That's a hell of a pet.
Does that make him the college guy that with a snake? Like if he gets a lizard this young, is it just he's doomed to be that guy?
No, hell no. Lizards are cool pets, man.
What? Pet my lizard?
Lizards are cool pets because you don't gotta you can feed them bullshit. You know what I mean? Like feed them bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what type of a lizard pet
ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Would you have?
What?
What type of a lizard would you have as a pet?
What you mean? Type of lizard? I ain't getting no iguana because they get too big, so I don't want that shit. Keep that shit. I want the ones that stay pretty decent size, small. Like those you good with. I know somebody with a big ass iguana and that shit or then I know somebody who got a Komodo dragon and those shits are huge. No, I don't want that.
So your friend has a dragon.
A Komodo dragon.
So your friend has a dragon. You're telling me
Komodo dragon.
Yes.
Fire breathing dragon.
Nobody said it had to breathe fire, but your friend, who's a real person,
a Komodo dragon
owns a real dragon.
Make sure you say the whole name of the dragon.
Okay. I'm
It's
just
not
saying,
just a dragon.
we've, your Swiss cheese arguments, once again, you non-science lover. So what, do you know any other lizards besides an iguana or a snake? Snake's a reptile, I guess. I don't know.
I'm about to say, snake is not a lizard, bro. No, I only know motherfucking regular lizard. And the dragon shit and the iguana. And that's it.
I'm thinking maybe a gecko.
Gecko. Those stay small. Good job.
Not a chameleon. I need to be able to find this piece of shit. Can't have no lizard roaming around the house. I don't think I'm gonna get him one. I think it's leads into the snake. I can't trust him because he's a psychopath. He's cute, but he's crazy. Nah.
Yo, I get a lizard just to walk around my house and eat all the bullshit that might be around, like spiders.
Oh, all the bugs for sure.
Just eat that.
Yeah.
That shit then I go find.
It's like a cat for mice, lizard for bugs. You should do it. All right. Speaking of lizard, reptile adjacent, have you seen James Harden's feet going around the internet again? Looks like a semi ran over two twin turtles. Holy shit.
No, I have not seen his feet, and from the sound of it, it sounds like I shouldn't see his feet because they sound ugly.
So gnarly. So gnarly.
Good thing for him, he's stinky rich, so he never got to show nobody his feet.
Oh, is stinky is the least of his foot worries. Those things are gnarls Barkley, man. Ugh. I'm not a fan of feet, but those things do not look like they should be attached to humans, regardless.
Those are athletes' feet, man.
Nope. They probably used to be athletes' feet, and then he put on that 40 pounds he never wanted to get rid of, and they just couldn't take those 3-step travels anymore, and they just started exploding from the inside out. Maybe that was his deal with the devil. Maybe he's like, hey man, no more 6th man of the year. I want to be the number 1 guy. It's like, all right, but it's going to cost you your feet. He's like, fuck it, take him. And then now he's living with it.
Fucking crazy.
It is disgusting.
Now you're going to make me Google it because now I want to see what his feet look like and how ugly they are.
They're disgusting. You want to know what else is hilarious?
What?
Another random sports jab. To all the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim Convention Center fans, that Artie Moreno pulled the Angels off the market. He was finally, Angels fans were like gonna get this reprieve of new ownership and get this cheap bastard out. And then he's like, you know what? We decided that this team that we bought 20 years ago for $130 million that we can now get over $2 billion for. Nah, we just like the jerseys. We're gonna keep running the same team. So now all these Angels fans are stuck with Artie Moreno for another however long he feels like being there.
Just one more year. Just one more year.
You think so? You think he's just waiting for the market to come back up again?
No, he's just waiting out the Shohei money. Why would I now, when I have Shohei on my team and it's another year of selling all this shit and getting all this Angels money? When Shohei leaves, then I'll sell this shit ass team. But I ain't gonna leave when it's profitable. Like y'all have stuck for 20 years. I'm making profit while we stink.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see the Chinese pitcher player.
It's a good angle.
Like,
I like it.
Yeah, but they're not gonna re-sign him because clearly he's gonna sell the team. So why would I put money into him when I just want to take money out and leave? So I'm not gonna give him a contract. But I'm going to use his ass to make money, and then next year I'll sell this stick.
He's going to continue to screw over his fan base just one more time, and then screw him over for another 10 years because they could probably re-sign him if they wanted to.
Wanted to? Fuck what I put my money into that for. No way, buddy. I'll let the next person worry about that shit.
It's like when you're about to sell your car, and you're like, I'm not going to get this last oil change. Fuck that. I'm not going to fill up the tank. Fuck that. It's just like you let everything fall apart right before you get rid of it.
And this is the reason why I dislike Mike Trout as much as I do. because he's loved as much as he is, but he never took the chance to leave an owner who he knows doesn't want to win. Like, if anybody else on the team know the owner, the people who he paid the most, the star players, know what they're dealing with these owners, bro. And he took that money knowing that he would never win, and he was okay with that. And that's why I don't like him.
I'm down with
players
that.
who don't want to win. I don't like players who don't want to win. That's why I was never the biggest Carmelo fan.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to, if you're not playing the game to win, you're good. You're going to get paid. That shit is natural. This is entertainment business. So all you dudes that are good are going to get paid.
That was my biggest
If
thing with
winning
Melo.
is not at the forefront of what you're doing this for, I don't want you on my team, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm such a fan of KD. Because without all the money, he just wants the ball. KD wants the ball. Wants to play basketball. If it was for a trophy or not, he don't care. I don't think. Honestly, the man just wants the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be for not more often than it is for him. I think that ship has sailed.
And that's perfectly. I know. I think they're championship contender this year.
Oh god! I don't even want to start with you. We got to get through football before we can deal with your bullshit about the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not dealing with this.
But just anybody who listens to us, go check FanDuel out and tell me who your top 3 favorites on FanDuel for the NBA title. And then next week when we come back, I want everybody to tell me when we post this episode, I want you to write underneath what you found out as far as your top 3 favorites on FanDuel or DraftKings.
Who cares? Who cares?
Who's to win the NBA championship?
It was the same thing last year. It was the same thing last year. Brooklyn was in the top 3, favored to win.
When the season started, and then Kyrie didn't play half the fucking year.
And they still stayed in the top 3 favorites all year because everybody thought the same thing of you.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
when Kyrie got taken out the lineup, they definitely were not. At the end of the season, they were nowhere near the top 3 favorites. This is the midway point last year. Go look it up. They weren't top 3 favorites to win the championship. No way. No way.
I think it was longer than you remember.
No way.
Because we kept battling about it all last year. Regardless, Brooklyn's not going to win this year. Doesn't matter.
It depends on when KD comes back. KD come back healthy, they have a shot.
Yeah, have a shot. You talk about them like they're the ones to beat, and they're not. They suck.
So who's the ones to beat, Brendan?
Probably Boston.
Oh, no, suck ass. Dude.
I know you don't like them, but still, that's too bad. Sorry.
Nobody's worried about Boston, bro. Don't worry.
I guarantee you Brooklyn is.
April. They're not. They're older than one. They're older than one.
Yeah. Oh,
they're older than one.
We'll get to who owes who what. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers getting owed $59 million, and there's no way the Packers are going to pay him that?
Well, the Cowboys are the richest sports franchise in the history of sports, so I think they can afford it. What do you think?
Do you really think? I mean, we'll get into the Cowboys. We're going to have to get into the Cowboys, but do you really think?
We can get into them right now.
No.
I think Aaron Rodgers should go to the Cowboys.
Should, or you want him to?
I think he should, and I think I want him to, and it's highly possible. And I've read 3 articles of people who also believe in the same thing I believe.
Yeah, but then you could also read 3 articles about him going to the Jets. 3 articles about Aaron Rodgers going to... I don't know why Oakland's out of the realm of possibility. It's right near his old college stomping grounds.
Because the Oakland has their quarterback already. His name
they're in Vegas, but you know what I mean?
His name is Thomas Edward Brady. He'll be the quarterback for the Raiders next year. Don't worry about that. That's taken care of already. So that's why they're not trying to get Aaron Rodgers. But you're skipping over the subject. What's wrong with Aaron Rodgers in Dallas? There shouldn't be nothing wrong.
Stink-ass Dak Prescott.
And we have the best thing to offer them. We can give them Dak Prescott. What better can you get on the market than Dak Prescott for Aaron Rodgers right now?
Derek Carr.
Shut the hell up.
What? You keep touting Derek Carr as this madman behind the center.
I told Derek Carr is a decent quarterback. He's not better than Dak Prescott, and he's done nothing.
Well, then who is he better than?
Some other dudes. He's better than.
Okay, how do you feel about Dak Prescott these days? How good is Dak?
He stinks.
He stinks. And then Derek Carr's worse than somebody who stinks? Just goes to prove my point, Mike. Thank you very much. It only takes 6 weeks for you to come around.
But Stinky to me is outside of the top 10. Dak is a top 15 quarterback in the NFL.
That makes Derek Carr what, a top 20?
17.
That's not elite. That's not good. You had
I
this
ain't say
guy's back
elite,
for
but
2 years and he
there
sucks
is not,
balls.
There's not 32 elite quarterbacks. So you have to, some of us are going to be stuck with mediocre ones, and you can still win with that. Because the Ravens won the Super Bowl with Flacco, and Garoppolo's been to the Super Bowl twice. So, once in the NFC Championship.
And Brock Purdy's
and
about
right
to
now,
go.
the 49ers are getting led by Brock Purdy. So you don't have to have a superstar quarterback. You can win with Derek Carr. You can get to the Super Bowl with Derek Carr. I truly believe that. With the right team around him.
Get to the Super Bowl with anybody.
You can get to the Super Bowl with Dak with the right team around him. But we're not going to put the team around him. So I need a quarterback that can elevate the team. Give me Aaron Rodgers. And the $59 million is even for even swap because Dak makes about 49. We'll find him with 10. Don't worry.
All right, you can have him. You can have him. He can stink.
We probably won't get him because Jerry Jones is a fucking asshole.
You really think Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy are just going to go right back to it?
Yeah, why not?
Because they don't like each other.
Choice. And honestly speaking, Mike McCarthy might be out the window and give me Dan Quinn too. Like, they just shake the whole shit up. Why not?
Honestly, Dan Quinn is your only good coach on that whole coaching staff.
He is. He's the best coach on the coaching staff.
I would see with us leaving. I would love for the Cowboys to blow up the coaching staff because we're going to lose D'Amico Ryans, and then I would love for Dan Quinn to come over. Just come on over, buddy. Fill the spot. That would be so nice.
And I'm mad for him because Trayvon Diggs let him down after calling the fucking game of his life twice. Sad shit. Dan
and
Quinn,
by the way,
your players always let you down.
What's up with your boy Kellen Moore leaving Zeke out to dry just to get on that last play, just to get bulldozed?
I don't know what the fuck that dumbass play was anyway. I stopped watching, honestly.
No, you didn't.
I cut it off after they reviewed the Schultz catch. I definitely did. For what? We lost. I take it. I'm a man.
So you watched up until the last play.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I saw them go review it, and I said, this motherfucker gave up before the game was over.
Yeah.
I said, well, what the fuck am I watching for? Because there's no way he couldn't have dragged his foot. He could have dragged his foot. He's
it was a lazy catch.
Yeah. And we got 2 tight ends that we've drafted over the last 2 years, so you know someone else is going to be paying you, Dalton Schultz. As good as you may be, you'll be gone. Because we got Hendershot and we got the other guy, so you'll be gone.
So what was your favorite part of the Cowboys-Niners game?
Is, since you're a 49ers fan, congratulations on the win. Good
Thanks.
W, my guy.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. So what was your favorite part of the game? What was your...
I don't have a favorite part. What do you mean? I was happy for Maya for hitting his field goal because I always believed that in the back of my mind that he would hit a real field goal regardless if he missed the extra points.
You know what's so funny about being a casual sports fan like I am? It's so easy for me to wish death upon the family members of random athletes and then like 10 seconds later not care at all. Like, be like, oh, come on, missus, you piece of shit. I hope your dog gets run over by a bus. Whatever, he made it fine. And then just walk away.
Yeah, man, like, Dak just played horrible. Y'all won the game. I'm not going to try to take anything. Dak played like shit. Like shit.
And Derek Carr's worse.
Both of the interceptions were shit. Derek Carr would probably play worse. I think the pressure just gets to Dak. I don't know what it is. I think he just can't handle the pressure.
Something about those.
Because
it's the Troy Aikman curse. He's like, nobody.
He's better than he played.
Nobody will be the next Cowboys quarterback.
Like, he's made these reads 1,000 times on simple plays. Like the interception when he threw it, like that's a simple read. You know you're not supposed to throw that ball to CD. When you had the back wide open swinging out, why would you force that to CD? Why? That was a dumb play. The play to CD, the deep ball to CD. If you're watching the play, when you say hike, Fred Warner runs with his back to you straight towards CD.
He knows where he's going.
You know everybody's doubling CD. CD's the one. T.Y. is wide open on the scene. Right, and like all you have to do is turn your head to the left a slight bit and he's wide open. Like, you don't even have to make a great throw. He's wide open
And
because
that's
of
the
how
thing.
Warner played it.
That's the thing is Dak exudes all this confidence in the regular season, but in the playoffs, you can see that he's not confident. He doesn't think clearly because even like when he's
he processes too fast. He needs to slow down. He can't. And I don't know what it is. He's not built for the moment, but I don't want a quarterback that's not built for the moment. So,
which by the way, can you just
Brock Purdy's built for the moment. I respect him.
I mean, we're gonna get to. I figured out a nice little.
But he threw
punishment
2
for
plays that should have been taken. Like the Kittle catch should have been a pick or a blow the fuck up. But Trayvon Diggs think he's Deion Sanders, and then the second one he threw it right to Trayvon and he still dropped it. So like Brock Purdy wasn't perfect, but he got the job done. I respect him. I respect the job.
And the Niners defense. But what I was getting to was
they could have been. All right, y'all won the game, but that defense could have been so had if Dak was better.
But he wasn't.
If Dak was better. And we lost Pollard early, and we still could have had you.
Can we just acknowledge...
But we got Dak Prescott, and you got Brock Purdy. And there's the difference.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, much better than Dak Prescott. Agreed.
I agree. I'd take him right now.
Can we acknowledge, please, the play of Fred Warner? That
the
man
best middle linebacker in the
is
NFL.
a must.
I've said that.
He's covering one of the best wide receivers in the game for half the time and like doing a damn good job.
I've been saying that.
I know, but
outside of me and you, but other people already know. Fred Warner is the best middle linebacker in the game, barring no one. Roquan Swift has an argument of a close to, but that's the only person even in the discussion.
Insane.
Yeah, he's insane.
He is so much fun to watch. I don't know, like he always is exhausted, and I know why, but he always finds his motor when the ball is snapped. It's pretty amazing to watch.
And as much as I hate Dan Orlovsky, he's been right about that. Like, because he was breaking it down, the Hilton play. He's like, and it was so easy to read from jump because they do the same thing. They put 2 linebackers in the gaps. They don't blitz them. The blitz come from the opposite way. You can see all of this. If you study any tape, they do this on a regular basis. This is not a first time thing. And Warner bails because he's playing deep middle because this is cover 2 for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to read.
Yeah, he covers the underside of the deep middle route. The safety covers over the top and goes to the outside if he needs to. It's the same exact.
The move over the top. The seam. Alan Moore called this shit perfectly, and Dak didn't read it. He didn't read it.
Yeah.
He threw 2 seams for that reason. If Warner reads that seam, you go to the backside seam. If he reads the backside seam, then you throw it to CD on the front side seam. It was perfectly drawn up. And he still almost threw a perfect ball and CD almost caught it. But guess what? It wouldn't have been that fucking hard, dude, if you just threw the TY. Okay, sorry about why we lost, because we already lost. We suck. Y'all whooped our ass. Gloat, my friend. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Cowboys suck fest continues. Cowboys go down to the Niners. The Bills went down to the Bengals, which, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, nobody. It wasn't unexpected. Are you seeing all the stories like, is DeMar Hamlin a clone? Oh my goodness, he hasn't shown his face yet. Did he really down the field? Like, people are weird, man.
Oh my gosh, this isn't some Netflix series about portals and alternate universes and crap. This isn't a Marvel movie. Just some guy that died and got resuscitated. My best friend growing up, he only has 1 lung. When they were operating on him to remove his bad lung, I guess, he died on the operating table and they brought him back to life. He was fine. Just, sometimes that happens. People die and come back to life. What do you think coma patients do? Come back to life, man. It's not a weird thing. It's just unusual. That's all. Eagles stomp out the Giants. That was not even anything to watch, really.
And that was pretty much like a lock for me. I just knew the Giants were going to win that game.
Eagles? You mean?
No, I just knew the Giants were gonna win that game, and they went out there and got their ass kicked.
Oh.
Like in my mind, that was a lock for the Giants to win
Oh
that game.
God! So you
I
were
just knew
completely
that.
wrong.
Yeah, completely fucking missed on that. I just knew the Giants was gonna win that game, bro. They played
So
them so
Eagles are
tight
fav.
with their third string, the week 18. Like I was like confident the Giants had a fucking, and then how they beat the Vikings. I'm like, oh, boy, I look foolish.
I thought they were gonna cover. I thought they were gonna cover. I didn't. I thought they were gonna make it close, and it was not ever close. It was just not ever close. So the Eagles are favored by 2.5 over the Niners. It's what's that? They're gonna wash them
I
out.
don't like it. I don't like it. I think the Niners are gonna win.
Oh, don't tell me that. I want them to win, so you're not allowed to say that because if you
I just
notice
think
the
they
way
are.
you've been going lately. Ooh.
Because I think our defensive line is a little bit better than the Eagles, and we got pressure on you all, but we got Micah, man. Micah's gonna get pressure whenever. But I can say, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough, man. I'm always stuck in the trenches, and I love you all's trenches, but you didn't dominate us in the trenches, really. And but the Eagles' offensive line is not better than ours, but they're pretty good. Should be a good game. Can you all stop the run game? You do that pretty well. Mm.
See, that's
Yeah, I think I
that's what
like
it's going to
49.
be. It's
I
going to
like
be the Eagles passing attack versus the Niners running game because we have CMC and we have Elijah Mitchell who not for nothing is
Yeah,
his
they don't
own.
stop the run well. That's why I said I think y'all gonna win. They don't stop the run well. They can get after the passer, but they don't stop the run well. And you all run the ball like shit. Like we stopped the run. Like
Here's the
little
thing.
kids
If Brock
sometimes.
Purdy throws one or less interceptions, I think we win the game. If he throws
Yeah,
two
he's
or
perfect.
more, I think
He's
we
perfect
lose.
so far. He hasn't thrown one. I don't think he's gonna throw one. He
Good.
threw his bad pass and Trayvon dropped it. Suck at it.
Well, he throws them into tight windows. He just happens to throw them to Kittle and CMC, who are,
Yeah,
will throw their bodies on the line to make a catch. And, they're making some pretty outstanding catches in traffic.
they are, man. But the offense, like, you got to be good. You got to be good, man. It's a hell of an offense you all run. Got to be good.
We'll
Got
see.
to be
It'll
good.
be a hell of a game. And then the Bengals, the Chiefs is even.
Yeah, because yesterday it was Bengals 1.5, and I almost put my whole life savings on the Chiefs. The hell y'all doing putting Bengals favorites on the road? Even though I think they're gonna win, like you don't put the 1.5 point favorites against Mahomes. Like what the hell? What's going on in this world? But honestly speaking, if you just want me to be straight up, not from a betting perspective, I think the Bengals are gonna win. I just think they own. It's just one of those situations where matchups like they own them. It's one of those situations where they own them, and I think it just continues.
Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes gets the excuse of his ankle. So, because I think the Bengals would have beat him regardless. I think again, same as you, kind of it's just one of those matchup issues. And even if Patty Mahomes was 100%, or 85 or 90, whatever you could be going into the playoffs, I still would have picked the Bengals. But kind of same as you, whether Patrick Mahomes is at 50% or 100%, I don't give him that many points. Like when the line moved to even, I'm like, okay, now it's tough. It's just a pick 'em. So I think the Bengals are going to win because I would have picked them anyway. But Chiefs plus 1.5, I'm taking that all day, all day.
All day. Yeah.
Because
I'm
it'll
taking
probably
it all
come down
day.
to a point, a 19-20 or a
20, 20,
20-21
21.
stupid,
Yeah.
silly. Yeah, absolutely. 2 field goals versus a touchdown is going to be the difference in the game, probably.
Yeah, I know everybody was sick with Lamar because that's the Bengals' biggest problem is that rivalry matchup with Ravens. Outside of their division, they own people.
Yeah.
They just kicked the Bills' ass and they were going to kick their ass when Hamlin went down. They was on their way to go up 14-3, and they own the Chiefs. But those division games are what's hard for them. Like
They
coughing
don't
up
have to
versus the
worry about that
Steelers.
anymore, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. So yeah. But yeah, it should be some good games this weekend. I probably won't watch, but they should be good.
Okay, so based on who's left in the pool, who's your Super Bowl victors at this point?
My honest opinion, my true opinion is Joe Burrow wins it.
I know. I got this weird, stupid feeling too in the back of my butthole.
But I think Shanahan deserves to get his. So if you say, I think Shanahan deserves to get one, but I also felt the same way about our defensive coordinator because they were on that same team, giving up 28-3. And he's just been so good for so long. You know what I mean? Like his name rings out. He has a coaching tree. He has everything. He needs a Super Bowl though. He doesn't have one, so he needs one. But I just honestly speaking, the Joe Cool effect. Like Joe Burrow is just that dude.
Yeah,
like,
I appreciate the shit out of it too.
That dude, bro. Like mid interview, he's like, yeah, tell him to get those refunds ready. like Joe Burrow's really like, and that's naturally his personality. Like he's not faking to try to fit it. Like this is who he is. Naturally, even people who play with him at Ohio State, like even when he was on the bench, like this is who he is. This is naturally his personality. He's got a little swagger about him. He got confidence in himself, and like this is who he's naturally swagger. Like he just got a swag to him. Man. I don't know, man. Joe Cool's gonna be hard to beat, bro. Like, I just rock with Joe Cool, bro.
I would definitely like to see a Niners Bengals Super Bowl. That would be rad.
Yeah.
That would be the most exciting.
That's what it's gonna be.
I would hope so.
That's what I believe. I believe it's gonna be the night. I believe y'all gonna get there. I just think Joe Cool does a little bit to get over. But the only thing about that is you can get there and dominate him on the defensive line, like smash the whole game. Like your defensive line can dominate and smash the whole game.
That's one of those games where it's like it's tight going into halftime, and then the Bengals can't score, but 6 points in the second half because offensive line's getting tired and defensive line gets the green light. That can be tough. That could be tough.
That's the whole thing. It's just that I've seen him win when he with getting 8 sacks in the NFC AFC.
Yeah, but that's the thing
like,
is that he just goes down and he's like, "Oh, what? 3rd and 18? I get more yards? Cool." He doesn't care. He's like, "I'll sling it 20. This gives me an option to throw it downfield. Good. I wanted to throw it downfield." You know, he doesn't give a fuck.
If they beat Kansas City this year, he's gonna have the Mahomes effect moving forward. Like everyone's gonna think that Joe Cool is just going to always pull it out like they believe Mahomes right now. Like, if they do it again, that he's going to start to have that effect on the league. Like, you're playing Barrow, don't want to have the ball, don't want to have a chance. Like, they're just going to find a way to win type of shit. So,
yeah,
that boy's good. And to think Ohio State have him sitting on the bench behind 2 dudes that will never play, like Cardell Jones and rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. Like, even though they won championships, they both won championships at Ohio State, but you had this dude sitting on the bench behind these guys. This is why Urban Meyer no longer has a fucking job because he didn't know. He run offense.
He doesn't have a job because he kicks his players and calls them bitches and stuff.
But he also didn't understand how to evaluate talent. He got the highest 5 stars because he was at the schools he was at. He knew how to go into a parent's home and talk to them. And he had an offense that if I got the best athlete, is going to work anyway. He wasn't a great evaluator or not evaluator because he can evaluate what the 5-star people rank and shit. That's why he recruited those people. He wasn't great at making them better. Like Percy Harvin should have been a star. You didn't make him better. You know what I'm saying? You just rested on what he came to you with, used those skills, and then when you were done with him, you were like, fuck you. Same thing with Tebow. You didn't develop Tebow. You could have made him a better quarterback. No, you wanted to use him for the skills he came with. You didn't want to develop anything else. You're like, oh, you got these skills? We're going to use them for the 4 years you're here, and then the rest of your life, I don't give a shit. And that was his problem. And you can see that now because he didn't develop Trevor Lawrence. Now Trevor Lawrence is like the next fucking Joe Montana.
Well, speaking of which, I had that. I thought we were going to skip over it, though. But I'm officially sold on Trevor Lawrence because we had...
I'm not, but...
I know. That's fine.
Now,
but we had that
like
back and forth before, like, when he was first coming into the league, and we knew he was going to suck because he didn't care about football. In his interviews, he's like, I don't know. It's like, whatever. I'm a football player, I guess.
But I honestly think that helps him.
But here's the thing. I also thought that when he went to college... It was, number one, it kind of came a little easy to him. And there were a lot of other distractions of other cool things to be doing. Like, he was the hottest shit at Clemson. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good
But
ride.
he wasn't into that shit. That's why he was so
Right.
He was locked in. He's a good church dude with a wife. Like, I think he's like got a wife. Like, so he wasn't into the life of being the star quarterback.
Doesn't matter.
Not saying that he didn't do anything. I'm just saying
he was at college on top of the world with everybody basically saying, like, you could do whatever you want. So he was exploring his options.
Yeah, but that was his big thing about why football is not important.
Correct.
Because of his faith and all of that stuff, which is why I don't see him like enjoying that life too much. Because faith in everything, like he's probably going to church after football games. Like, you know, he's not trying to make it like seem a joke or anything like that. No. But like that was everything in his life. So,
but to my point,
he didn't probably enjoyed the life too much.
To my point was he was at a point in his life where people were saying you could kind of do whatever you want, and he's like, okay, cool. But when you get to the NFL, and number one, you have a taste of higher competition, you're like, oh, this is not easy anymore. Like, I gotta put in the work to do this. And when you're in the NFL, they kind of make it your main focus. You don't really have a choice but for it to be your main focus. So if somebody that good doesn't have the option of like, oh, what am I gonna do? They're like, this is what I'm doing. Now, if he gets laser focused on it, then, oh, watch out for Trevor Lawrence. That's all I'm saying. I'm a Trevor Lawrence believer, whereas before I wasn't. I was like, this guy doesn't care. Now I think he's had a taste of the competition, and it's like, oh, I need to fully invest in this thing. And I think he wants to. So I'm on board until he has my trust until he loses it.
Yeah, I think the I don't care thing helps him, especially like shit like the 4 interception game. Like, oh, this is just football, man. Like, let me just keep playing, do what I do. It's just football. That once the game's over, I go back to my life, and you know what I'm saying. Like, and that's that. Like, and so that helps him play through bullshit, mistakes, all the rough times. Like, you just keep playing, understanding that this is just football, man. Like, I got a real life out there. So, I mean, the give and take of it all, I probably wouldn't have wanted him not knowing that. Like, I want my quarterback to love football. Like, I want my quarterback to be Phillip Rivers.
Would you take Phillip Rivers with no titles or Trevor Lawrence over 10 years with one?
I mean, I'm always going to take the guy with the title, but
okay.
Like, I want somebody who loved the game. But you ain't winning the title half-ass. Like, you don't know nobody who wins.
So you're saying Trevor Lawrence will never win a Super Bowl?
I don't believe he will.
Interesting.
No, it's way too many guys that still need championships that I see. Like,
doesn't mean they'll get them.
Yeah, but it's a pecking order, man.
Talk to Karl Malone.
Yeah, that's because he kept losing to the same guy.
John Stockton's shorts. Can you imagine seeing that white dude's balls every day? Ugh. Gross. So speaking of that, what are you watching since football is no longer on your docket?
Oh man, I'm watching this new pressure cooker on Netflix. Shit is wild.
You like it? That was the one I told you about a couple weeks ago.
Oh really? That shit is it's like reality TV and cooking, bro. Like, it's just kind of wild. Kind of fucked up at times too, but hey, it is what it is. Trying to win this 100,000, so. Yeah, that's just good. What else? BMF is back on, so I'm watching some of that.
What? You got back on BMF?
I think I've only watched like one episode, though.
I thought we were ditching that.
Yeah, I don't know why I watched the episode, man. Boredom. But I haven't watched none of the one episode. It's just not. I don't know, man. It's like bad acting. It's really bad acting.
It's really bad.
Like really bad acting.
Really bad. And then every now and again, like I think they only had like 6 or 8 episodes, and I think 2 of them you were like, we didn't need this episode at all. This was a waste of 40 minutes or so. You know what I mean? It was like it wasn't even that.
Then I started watching some shit called First and Last on Netflix, like about going to jail.
Okay.
First day and your last day.
Is that any good?
Yeah, it's informative. Not really worth your time. I stopped. You know, I don't even stop watching shit, and I stopped after like 2 episodes.
Okay, so don't watch First and Last.
Don't watch it. Don't watch
Got
it.
you.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
I finished Vikings Valhalla. I really enjoyed it. It was good. Gonna keep working on getting in Viking shape for the shit of it. I watched Sicario. Have you ever seen Sicario?
No.
It's pretty good. It's with Guillermo del Toro and Josh Brolin. It came out, I don't know how many years ago. It was a while ago, older, but it was good. It was just something I haven't seen, so I threw it on. I enjoyed it. I did start watching something that came out. I don't know when it came out, last year sometime, but it's called Mo. It's on Netflix. It's like a limited series. There's a stand-up comic. His name is Mo Amer, I think is how you pronounce it. And he had a special come out at some point, and then I just saw that the sitcom was on it, and it's like 30 minutes. So I'm like, let me just throw this thing on. And it's actually kind of interesting. It's just it's
Don't know who Mo is, bro.
It's just a made up story, I think, but it's basically this guy who's Arab living in Texas, who has a Mexican girlfriend and speaks Spanish, is just kind of this big lovable loser, and is like going around to try and figure stuff out, but you know, he's got to do it his own way, so he does it by selling shit out of his trunk and, you know, being a bouncer at a strip club and like just trying to figure it out in all the different little fun, silly ways. It was a pleasant little surprise. So if you want to check out a 30-minute little, like I literally just buzzed through half the season in 2 hours. It was pretty rad. So I got through half of Mo. So I would recommend that as like something different to watch. And then I saw on Netflix that all the episodes of The Real World are on there. Have you seen this?
Yes, and I don't care because I would never watch a single episode of The Real World.
You never watched Real World? Ever?
Oh, I watched it when it was actually on TV. I would never go back to watch an episode of
Yeah, me neither. But that leads me into the conversation of, did you used to watch The Real World?
Oh, I used to watch episodes of The Real World. The Real World wasn't my shit, but if I saw it on TV, I'd watch an episode here and there. Like, it was fighting in it.
Yeah.
You get fighting, you get me. I love to watch a good TV fight, bro.
I was kind of the same thing. Like, after school, if I came home and Real World was on, I was like, yeah, I'll watch one or two of these. I don't know what city they're in, but I'll check it out. I think the only one I ever watched, like, the whole season, because it was on, like, over summer vacation in high school, was New Orleans. Real World New Orleans. I think that was it. But I don't even really remember anything.
They use those cast members so much. Like, you might not have never watched Real World, and you might know every Real World cast member because they put them on every other damn show that they have to. Challenge, rules challenge, challenge. Like,
I never got into those shows. Road Rules. It was this.
And then you realize you'd be like, "Oh, Road Rules," or like, "Oh, we're fighting because we were in love on Real World, and now we're not, but we got to see each other again." Like,
yeah, they just repurpose all these people.
Here. You knew she was going to be here, and you still agreed to come because you need the money. So shut the hell up with all the fake drama and do the fucking challenge, dude.
Coming from the guy that watches Naked and Afraid.
I never watched Naked and Afraid in my life.
What?
Fucking bad TV.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. That's not one of my shows, bro. Naked and Afraid?
Don't you watch something naked?
No.
Married at First Naked.
No. Married at First
Naked at First Sight.
Naked. They might.
The Born Ultim Naked. I don't remember you said. I can't just be making up that you said something naked in my head.
We had a conversation about that naked show, but I don't watch that shit.
Do you say naked or naked?
Naked.
Or do you go back and forth?
I'm saying naked.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Naked
so.
and Afraid, man.
Naked and Afraid? Are you sure you don't watch it?
Absolutely sure. I've never seen an episode.
I don't believe you at all.
I'm 100% telling you the truth. If it was on like HBO, maybe.
Oh, that's something I started watching too, by the way. There's a new show called The Last of Us on HBO Max. I'm not usually into these world takeover things.
Oh, you know what else I watched? The 90s show, bro.
Oh, that 90s show?
Yeah. Shit was okay. I don't like the character they got playing as Eric's daughter, but whatever.
Yeah, it's the revamp That 70s Show. Hey,
I watched the whole season though. So.
You watched the whole season?
Yeah, it's only like 10
How did you
episodes.
skip over that when I asked what you watching, and then you watch a whole season?
I be forgetting. I smoke weed every day, not just sometimes during the day, like multiple times during the day.
Hey,
so
is Mila Kunis still super hot?
She's not on there.
What?
The whole cast is not. They're the only ones that they really come back is Hot Donna and Eric and Fez. Fez is on there.
Wait a second.
And then the parents.
Kelso.
But everything else is about kids. The new generation of them.
Okay, so Kelso and...
It's not on there. He has a little... I think it was some descendant of his family that is a Kelso. But Michael Kelso doesn't make an appearance.
And Mila Kunis isn't on there at all?
Not an appearance.
Well, then why? Who cares about this show?
It's the 90s show. It's about the kids in there.
No,
so it's like,
garbage. Nobody wants to watch that.
That's supposed to play that role.
It's not even TV PG. It's TV 14. It's garbage.
Oh no, it's worse than it used. Like they talk about like she grabs one of them grabs a handful of gene penis on the show.
Genus.
They're still smoking and shit. So yeah, it's like.
Oh, so they just
a little bit more.
They just don't think shit of our 14-year-olds in America anymore. That's what they're saying, basically. That's cool.
I guess not, bro.
Anyway, The Last of Us on HBO Max. I think. Do you have HBO Max?
Yes.
Give it a go. It's interesting. I think you would like it. However, you're probably going to have to wait because there's only 2 episodes out, and I know you don't like that. So
I know.
You're going to have to wait. But usually I don't like this zombie-ish, everybody run for your life type of thing.
It's zombie shit? Oh, I'm definitely not going to like it.
It's not zombies.
Told me to give it a look. I'll give
it's not zombies. But it is zombie shit. It is like basically there's a pandemic where there's a viral infection, but it turns people into these like parasite-y things, and they feast on other people, but they only live for a certain amount of time. So it's just the end of the world type of a thing, and trying to escape and blah blah blah. So it's pretty interesting. Like I said, usually I avoid these like the plague. I've never watched The Walking Dead. I think that's kind of lame, all that kind of stuff. But this sparked my interest, and it's interesting. Like, I'm into it. I'm gonna watch it. So The Last of Us on HBO Max. That's what I would recommend, not that 90s show that you binge and forget to talk about. So to wrap up this week, for our top 5, as a punishment for your team sucking, I think you should have to give 5 compliments about the 49ers team, and I'm going to dog the Cowboys 5 times.
Oh, that's easy. 5 compliments about the 49ers. That's easy. This is easy. 49ers have a great coach. I like Shanahan. Good guy. 49ers have a hell of a quarterback. I like Brock Purdy. Good guy. 49ers have the best left tackle in the NFL. 49ers have the defensive player of the league. And they have the best middle linebacker in the NFL. 5 great compliments. I like the 49ers. I don't have a problem. You just beat my team.
And now for your Cowboys suck fest.
It should all just say Dak sucks, Dak sucks, Dak sucks.
The very first one is Dak sucks. Literally, I wrote that down. Dak sucks. That was my first one. Number 2, Zeke also sucks. And he's a woman beater. He wants to be a woman. I think he wants to be Clinton Portis 2.0. And it clouds up his judgment on the field, and that's why he sucks so bad, and he's always wearing ponytails.
Yeah, he lost his athleticism. He's
Princess Leia buns.
He's a fullback now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so stop wearing cutoff shirts, please. You maniac.
What do you want him to do?
Not as much as he used to be. He's looking more like a fullback. His six-pack's turning into a keg, and he's still flaunting it. I'm telling you, Clinton Portis 2.0. Jerry Jones is going to die without another Super Bowl ring.
That's probably in the cards because he's probably the reason why we won't get a Super Bowl ring. It's the Jerry Jones jinx.
And that's his racist karma, is that they won't win until he dies. And we already talked about Dan Quinn. He's the only good coach you have. So I guess that's kind of an honorable mention, if you will. CeeDee Lamb doesn't play hard, by the way. I don't know if I'm the only one that recognizes that, but on plays, he definitely Randy Mosses. And on plays where he knows he's not getting the ball, he 3/4 runs his routes.
I don't know what game you be watching, but I'll let you get your shit off about CD. CD is a 1,500-yard receiver with 9 touchdowns.
Okay. Randy Moss used to catch a gang of shit too, and he admitted that he didn't try hard on every play. I'm just saying, CeeDee Lamb is more Randy Moss than he is Hines Ward. That's all I'm saying. He is.
This is your time. I know argument from me.
And then the last thing I'll say as an honorable mention about the Cowboys sucking is Jason Witten's hair is the worst. And it's a poor reflection on all Cowboys across the board that people allow him to be on television like this.
The fact that I'm not offended by that is because I'm a Cowboy fan. You don't play for the Cowboys anymore. I don't give a shit about you. Man. He don't play for us anymore. So
he's a bad look for the brand, man.
He ain't part of the brand.
How does he look worse than Moose? And Moose has been retired as a fullback for like 30 years, and he looks worse.
Emmett makes sure Moose is well taken care of now and there and after football life.
He better. Him and Jay Novacek better have like some mansion in Malibu that Emmett pays for on a regular.
Well taken care of, buddy.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to get the hell out of here. Mike, thank you very much for always being here. I love you so much in your weird red hat. It makes no sense. Kind of like most of this podcast. But anyway, follow us, do the thing, do a click, do a watch, do a something. I don't know. I'm getting tired all of a sudden. So help me, help you, help me. And do a click or a follow or share. You can follow Mike at Black Irish 213. You can follow me at Brendan McCorkle Comedy. You can follow us at Black Irish Pod. There's comedy shows coming up all over the place. Follow my Instagram. If you're listening to this one when this comes out or in real time, whatever, come to the comedy show in Palmdale this weekend. It's going to be fucking rad. We'll definitely be talking about that next week because that's going to be an all-day extravaganza, and I'm sure I'll have plenty of stories. That'll probably be half of the podcast next week is just telling you all the wild shit that I see at this comedy festival.
You have fun, man. You be safe and love you, bro.
I will, and I will not be driving home if I can't. We're going to party responsibly. Gosh darn it. All right? Or as taught my kids to say, donut instead of damn it. You don't like that? You don't think it's cute?
What, donut instead of damn it?
Yeah. Oh, donut. See?
That sounds funny.
See? It makes a bad feeling good. So go out there and get your donut this week. I love you, everybody. I love you the most, Mike.
Love you too, my God. Be easy.
All right. Peace.